Hey viewers, and welcome back. Today we're going to put the sump cover on. So you need to make sure that you have your oil pump correctly assembled. This little black O-ring thing that goes right there. The thrust washer will go right there, and that your parts are clean, that you have 2 dowel pins. I only have one. I'll find the other. And that all the oil is cleaned off of these associated pieces. Make sure you have the appropriate checks for the oil pump, the pickup tube, and all of that stuff, and all of the internals in the engine. So let's get started. I'm just going to put a small amount of Vaseline behind that to hold this guy in so he don't fall out. Then we will wipe off the outside. Okay. While we're waiting, we are also going to put some assembly lube here and here, and on the thrust washer. We'll smear that all around really nice. We'll install said thrust washer. We'll put it there, and then we'll spin everything around. All that good stuff. We're also going to make sure we have a copious amount of lubrication on the PTO end here of the crankshaft. So don't forget, you're also going to put assembly lube on the end of the camshaft. So that pretty much takes care of us. You can, if you want, you can put some assembly lube on that governor paddle as well. That's pretty much all we need to do. I might put some in this case bearing on the bottom here. And of course, you can put Vaseline or white grease here in the seal as well. Everything in this got cleaned up yesterday, so I'm just going to take my cheese can. And unfortunately, my aim isn't as good with this cheese can as it is with the caulking gun. So I do definitely prefer to use the right stuff in the caulking gun package. It also lasts way longer, but this is all I got. So just gonna make sure we go to the inside of all of the holes. I did find that other dowel pin. Next, all we're gonna do is we're going to bring this up to the engine. Hopefully everything just nicely slides together. Let the dowel pins do the alignment. Might have to turn the crank just a little bit to get all of the gears meshed in there. Looks like that's working quite nicely. Everything's turning nicely, moving together just a little bit better. Again, don't use a hammer to force the thing together, but you do have to slide it a little bit on the dowel pins. Next, we're very carefully going to tighten these. Not even tighten them, but just like finger tighten them. Pull the case down nice and flat. We'll tighten these two a little bit more. Again, we're not forcing anything. Make sure we can still turn the crank. Okay, and we can. A little bit tough. Go around the world. crank should turn super easy, buttery smooth. And it does, because if it doesn't, you probably broke something by this point. There you got it, folks. That is the installation of the sump cover. Just be careful because you're meshing 3 gears together in there. Your crankshaft, your camshaft, your oil pump, rather, your crankshaft and your oil pump and your governor. So we don't want to break anything. So make sure we're spinning things a little bit as we go. Make sure you put the thrust washer in and lube, and then obviously when everything's together, have me check it. Make sure that crankshaft is still capable of turning. Do not worry about wiping the perimeter of our TV off this engine. It's really not a big deal. I'm inclined to leave it. We are gonna put the wool oil shutdown switch in. We're just gonna put a little bit of Vaseline around that seal and squeeze her right on in there. So I really don't need to video that. At this point, we are ready to pull these last 2 rocker arms out for this jug, and we can put our push rods and all that good stuff in. Thanks for watching. See you next time.